So the first ambassador I met explained to me that an ambassador is really the representative, embodies the entire country or organization that she or he is the ambassador of. So there's a tremendous amount of responsibility because you are really the embodiment of what the organization is. And with JCI, it's a tremendous responsibility because you're talking about 200,000 people today and millions of JCI alumni over the last 100 years who have been doing really great things. And it's very important to express what they're doing, but also to learn and bring back to the organization what you have learned as being an ambassador. So that's a little bit, for me, the role that I see for myself, and that is, on one side, to represent JCI, but on the other side, to be a listening post, a learning post that can bring things back to JCI. And, of course, together, to be very active and to actually do things that make a difference, that have impact. It's a very wide range. It's organizations, it's universities, it's businesses, because I come from business, but it's also the UN, because I come from the UN. So you have a very wide range, and I think everybody you meet is an opportunity to talk about JCI. And yesterday I was meeting with the UN Commission on the Rights of Disabled People, and listening to the challenges that disabled people face in the world, and maybe disabled is the wrong word, people with other abilities, and we're all disabled to some extent. You could see where JCI could play a tremendous role in broadening inclusiveness for all people in the world. And I think, so you run into these opportunities, and I think but part of the role of an ambassador is to be very attentive to opportunities, and then to say, okay, look at what could we do together? How could the spirit of JCI, the strength of JCI, contribute, participate in what movements are going. And today, listening to the young entrepreneurs, the young designers, you really get a feeling of where this is important for JCI and where JCI could be very important for their ideas. Everywhere I've been within the UN, JCI is highly, highly appreciated. And of course, that stems from Kofi Annan being a member of JCI, but JCI was already a very, very mature organization when Kofi Annan became a member of JCI. And of course the fact that JCI has donated its logo to the UN for its logo, these are all things that have counted over the years. But I think much more important is really the proactive approach to problems of JCI, its willingness to participate in just about every country in the world on some of the major issues. And they can be things like refugees, they can be things like malaria, youth employment, sanitation, Alzheimer's, you name it. There's a very, very wide range when we look at what is happening at the local and national levels, let alone what's happening at JCI head office or JCI total, that really have a tremendous impact on the work of the UN. And we have to remember one thing: UN starts off with "we the people," and JCI really is part of "we the people." And it's a very vibrant, very young, very youthful, very dynamic part of "we the people." And not only does it support the UN, but it acts also as ambassadors for the UN in each community, in each activity in which it participates.